Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, Their True Feelings and Intentions Revealed. So today we're going to take a look at a connection you have with someone and their true feelings about you, their deeper desires that they have for you that perhaps they haven't shared with you just yet. We're going to take a look at what those feelings are, why they haven't shared them, what their intentions are, and we're going to take a look at what Spirit has to say moving forward. Now, remember, these messages are timeless and they find you whenever you're ready to receive them. So sit back, relax, ground yourself, and allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. Now, when you're ready, you can go ahead below to the timestamps and go directly to your reading. But for right now, we're going to get started with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. Let's just jump right into your reading. Who is this person? They resonate with healer energy. Someone who is a natural healer. How do they feel? Hold me. They want physical connection with you. They want a physical connection, physical embrace. I need to feel your arms around me. Things are not right in my world, so we're going to go deeper. What are they going to do about it? What are their intentions? They have a Mercury energy, so they're going to talk to you about it. There's going to be some kind of communication. And what does Spirit have to say? It's all about devotion and expressing your devotion. So this is an interesting reading about this person that you're connected to. Let's go a little bit deeper. They resonate with healer energy. So this person may be in the field of medicine themselves. They may be a counselor. This is someone who may be used to healing other people, but right now, what they truly feel and desire from you is physical attention. So let's go deeper to see why this is their true feelings and why you may not know about it. Page of Cups energy, along with the Empress. 9 of Wands, a lot of work, and the Hierophant. King of Cups, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we are, wow, the World. So completion, right? And a whole new chapter. Completion and a new stage coming in. So right away, let's talk about this energy. Page of Cups and Empress energy. It feels as though this person is a little bit daunted by you. I feel Empress energy coming in for you, and Page of Cups is kind of that energy I feel coming off of them. This person is a natural born healer. This is someone who probably works as a medical professional in some kind of way. They really help people and they want to help people and they're very good at it. However, in love, this is a new love connection and they desire a lot of physical attention right now. They require nurturing. You definitely represent a strong feminine energy for this person. Empress coming in, right? It feels like this is a new connection, right? And right away, I'm going to tell you, you may be dealing with someone who is used to being the person that other people rely on. They're used to being the healer. They're used to being the one that gives the hugs and provides the physical, mental, spiritual attention to help someone heal, right? And yet, their true feelings when it comes to you is hold me, right? Hold me. Let's see. Things are not right in my world, and I am looking for your embrace today. Please send me your love so that I know everything will be okay. So your person is going through a period of perhaps a bit of insecurity. They may be a little bit overwhelmed right now. Right? 9 of Wands and a Hierophant. It feels as though you're dealing with somebody who is really tired and exhausted. They've been on a particular path. Hierophant comes in as a guide as well and counselor. It almost feels like you're dealing with someone who has been working toward a goal or an objective for quite some time. Right? Now, this could even, for some of you, I feel like your person may be getting their doctorate. They may be going to school or they may be on the path to an endeavor that takes a lot of effort and work out of them. So before we move on, I want to talk a little bit more about this because world energy is at the bottom of the deck, and it seems to indicate a vibe here that this is a new relationship, but it's divinely led. It's coming in exactly at the right time for you and for them. But, this is the pick a card, their true feelings. And so it can be that you've been sensing this from them, but because this person, um, they're used to being the support for and the rock for others. And I think it may be a little bit difficult for them to admit that they need that same from you, right? Or they right now need that same attention, but that's coming through loud and clear, right? They want to be held. They've gone through a lot, but I still want to know more about that Page of Cups. Page of Cups coming out twice along with a King of Swords. This is quite interesting. So, yeah, you're dealing with someone. The Empress is definitely you, but you're dealing with someone who, when it comes to this love connection, it's quite new. I think the two of you have only recently maybe gotten together, or in any case, they are quite not naive, but they're quite fresh and new when it comes to this love connection with you. I think they have a little bit of fear that things may go wrong, that they may scare you away, or that, they're not really sure how everything is going to work out. There's a feeling of a little bit of anxiety here, I think, or nervousness that they may lose the moment with you. Also, they resonate with that King of Swords. You're dealing with someone, I think, that yes, they are a healer, but they're also in a position of authority and responsibility. So you're dealing with someone who is used to kind of being, as I said before, the rock, but also sort of someone who is in charge, who has to be very logical. They have to make very logical decisions, right? Sometimes difficult decisions. They have to be brutally honest with those around them. I feel the energy of this person, as I say, definitely being someone who may be even in charge. They may run a small team, right? In any case, this is something that is expected of them and that is part and parcel of who they are. And I feel strongly here, definitely who they are in their profession, right? And so there is a softer side to them when it comes to you. And this might be one of the reasons why it's one of those deeper feelings that may not be so obvious. The Star. Yeah. Their biggest hope and dream is to have that level of affection and to be embraced. They want to be the one to be vulnerable. They want to be allowed to be vulnerable. They want to be allowed to sort of be the one that's being embraced. That's their deepest wish and desire. Star energy is coming in. Again, right now is a difficult time for them when they say, the message is, please send me your love so that I know everything will be okay. There may be some distance here between the two of you, or you may not be seeing each other as much. But Nine of Wands Hierophant, they're definitely going through a period right now of a lot of work, a lot of responsibilities. They're on a particular path. They're being guided to follow this path indeed, but it's a lot of work. And so they really would love to have some of that attention from you. So for whatever reason, it may not be there. One more card. Ace of Pentacles, they may be starting a new business or a new project, and just starting that new project or starting a new path, right? Hierophant, they're being guided. They're following their heart, but it's a new endeavor. It's a lot of work, right? And you may or may not be aware of the fact that for their point of view, they may have on the outside this real vibe of having it all under control. Nothing gets to them. They're not emotional. And yet they really, really, truly, truly feel that they just want to be able to sort of melt into your arms and let go of all the responsibility at some point, right? Now, how did they come across? Well, we pulled a Mercury card out of my Radiant Sun Oracle deck. And so this means that they're going to be, instead of doing something impulsive, they're planning a way to communicate this to you. Originality. Mercury and Aquarius energy, they're going to be coming up with a very interesting, maybe even novel way it may not be direct and say and coming right out and saying, look, I need more affection, I need more physical time, I need more, I need more support in that way. But there is going to be a very interesting way that they, very original way that they communicate that to, or that they show that to you. So it'll be about paying attention, right? King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. They absolutely desire a deeper connection with you, King of Cups. Right now, they feel very much in that page energy with you. As I say, it does feel like you're in the beginning stages of this relationship, that this is just like starting. But what they truly desire and want to communicate is that they want a deeper connection. They want a deeper level of intimacy, affection. They want to be able to lay their heart out, King of Cups. They want to be able to build on something. Ace of Pentacles has come out twice. So there's an opportunity here to really build something with this person. It's what they truly desire, and it's part of their intention. Their intention, how they feel, is that they want more from you, right? They want to know that you are there, that you love them, that you that everything they, that specific vibe. And furthermore, their intention is that they want to go deeper and they want to build something with you. Spirit says devotion. Devotion is at play. Do you have the same level of devotion? I think what they're going to be expressing to you is that they definitely have it. They have devotion to this connection, right? They want this connection. They want to devote time to it, energy to it. They wanted to go deeper. You may not be at this stage with them just yet, right? Now, let me pull out spirits of darkness and light just to see what kind of energies may be either an obstacle, right, or a benefit to this connection. What kind of energies are at play? And then we'll pull out the zodiac rune, spirit of the rabbit, spirit of Saint Nicholas, and we have spirit of masquerade. Wow. So yeah, spirit of the rabbit is interesting. Of course, fertility, sex, spring, right? Just raw energy. A lot of physical raw energy. Take that as it comes to you. Spirit of Saint Nicholas, there is a lot of generosity and support around. In a very physical way, a material way. So again, take that as it comes to you, however that plays in. But we also have this interesting one, spirit of masquerade. So there will still be a feeling of falseness or hiddenness, more to do with masquerading behind perhaps certain feelings or actions. Again, this is coming from a place, right, where this person you're connected to, they want a deeper level of connection with you. You may say to yourself, well, why not come right out, be right forward about it? But you are dealing with someone, I feel like, who has a lot of weight and responsibility on them. And they may very well be used to having to portray a certain stoic kind of persona to the world because of how important their work is and because of how important their authority is. And so in this particular connection, their deepest desires is to be able to not have to do that with you, and to be able to be vulnerable and to get deeper and to have to be on the other end of receiving that support. It's a beautiful reading. Let's go ahead and pull out the zodiac signs. I'm going to pull out 3 to see what kind of zodiac signs you might be dealing with. So this is for you. Oops. Well, 3 fell out. Oh, more than 3 fell out. We'll take them. Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, and Libra. I was going to put it back, but Spirit told me to take it. Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, and Libra. So you're dealing 2 air, earth, and a fire. You may be dealing with that energy in your healer's chart. It may be in your chart. However it plays in, and however it resonates for you, that will be your message. And this is the end of the reading for pile number 1. Now, if you resonated with it, please leave the collective a comment. And if you got something out of this reading, please go ahead and hit the like button. That really helps me out, and it lets me know that you're enjoying this content. But for right now, guys, thank you so much for watching pile number one of today's Pick a Card. Let's go ahead and get started with pile number two. Hello, pile number two. Let's get right into your reading. Who is this person? They resonate with comic energy. So this is someone who is always going to bring some humor, some lightness to any situation. How do they truly feel? They have a lot of regret. Uh-oh, here we go. They regret something. What are they going to do about it? We have Mars in Gemini energy, so they're absolutely working on a decision, right? They're right now making their plans. And what does Spirit have to say? There's an unveiling happening. So there's going to be some truth or clarity that becomes clear about this situation. There may even be a confession. Let's get a little bit deeper and get the rest of your reading out. This person is resonating with comic energy, but they feel so ashamed and embarrassed. They can't bear to look at you in the eyes and tell you everything. This is an interesting reading. Let's get the rest of the energy out for this person. Page of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Eight of Cups. Wow. The Emperor shows up, as well as the Three of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have more energy, Ten of Pentacles, more 10 energy, completion. So this is interesting. We're going to get deeper into what this regret is all about. They obviously feel very strongly about you, but somebody walked away. And it may indeed be that that is what they are regretting. Let's talk about the comic first of all. So this person is resonating with the kind of energy, an archetype of someone who's always bringing sort of humor to a situation, able to diffuse energy, you know, when the energy is really tight or high energy, aggressive energy, energy that's, you know, wound up tight. Oftentimes, you know, one of the best ways to deal with that and alleviate that is through humor, right? Humor, that ability to relate to anyone or to, you know, frame a situation or an experience in such a way that we can laugh about it, that we can get a little bit of air into it. So this is generally a really nice archetype to resonate with. But of course, sometimes it can be a little much, right? Not sometimes individuals who rely on this sort of ability, a healing type of ability, can also be quite cold though, right? Always turning everything, trying to make everything light and not really seeing the value sometimes of deeper, more difficult emotions. So we'll get to that. Page of Cups, though, Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who financially does really well, right, for themselves. I think they're very used to being on their own, being very independent. They're very used to not having to think of anyone else, especially in a love connection. Page of Cups is there, so whatever connection they have with you is quite new, right? And so I do feel like you're dealing with someone who's not used to necessarily having to adjust or compromise or sort of take into account maybe even somebody else's feelings on a deeper level. Let's get into their true feelings. Regret. Yeah, I'm so embarrassed and ashamed, right? It says, I can't bear to look you in the eyes and tell you everything. I can't stand the thought of making you cry. Just give me the time to build up the courage and confront this. This is the energy of this regret, right? They are thinking about it. They're thinking about confronting what they've done. Now, let's go a little bit deeper before we move on. I want to know just a little bit more about this newness of the relationship. And then we're going to move over to this energy here because somebody walked away. Show me what's going on with that Page of Cups energy. Five of Wands and a Ten of Pentacles again. Interesting. So Ten of Pentacles, there's a lot of money issues, right? Desire for money, desire for longevity, long-lasting money, long-lasting legacy energy. But Five of Wands is a battle, right? It's competition. Listen, I have a feeling here, with that page of cups, I have a feeling here that this person may be someone from your past, right? And they may have walked away from you in the pursuit of something else. And that's what I'm feeling here right now, honestly. That they may have walked away from a connection with you previously in the past for something else, some other connection that may have promised money, right? Long lasting money, security, 10 of Pentacles showing up twice. There was definitely a competitive battle here. That's the feeling I'm getting, right? And they kind of were like led on, I almost feel like. They regret it now. They absolutely regret it now. Walking away. See, that 10 of Cups, they walked away. This is the strong energy I have for this message. Now, it may resonate. It may be vice versa as well for some of you, but there's a feeling here that they really walked away from the promise of a good, long, loving relationship with you for the sake of money here, maybe even the promise of financial stability, maybe leveling up financially. 10 of Pentacles coming in twice is a lot of money. It's even inheritance style money, right? And I think they regret it. Yeah, they absolutely regret it. Let me see a little bit more about what's going on between the two of you. They're so ashamed, aren't they? What happened? 3 of Pentacles, the work that was involved. The two of you had been working on things for sure, putting that effort in. 10 of Cups again. Wow. So we have 10s showing up everywhere. Completion, desire. The love is here with you, and that is the regret, that walking away, right? Emperor shows up, 3 of Wands shows up here for their next step. Decisions, 10 of 10, excuse me, I was going to say 10 of Gemini. You hear me? Because all of these 10s is intense. That definitely indicates that there has been an end, a very specific end to a particular chapter or cycle in both of your lives, right? 10 of Pentacles showing up twice. 10 of Cups showing up twice. Now, the next step for them, their intention is, they're deciding. There's a strategy here. Mars and Gemini energy. Again, you may be dealing with someone who, I don't want to say they've done this before, that they're like a serial sort of escape artist, but there's a feeling here that they're still wanting to be very strategic about the next step that they're going to make. Right? 10 of Cups energy. Wow. This love here there was such an opportunity here. You guys were already kind of there. That's the feeling here. You were already there. You were already on the path. You had already built up something nice. You were working towards it. And then comes this person. 9 of Pentacles energy may even be someone who came across as being very high powered, came across with a certain level of financial security and stability. I see someone who came across with a lot of sort of bling and luxury, right? So let's get into Emperor and 3 of Wands to support that decision, what they're trying to do, right? Emperor and 3 of Wands. I feel like there's someone in their life that is coming in with the Emperor energy, right? Emperor is the card for Aries. This is someone who has a lot of authority and respect and wisdom and experience, right? This is someone who commands respect, right? It's oftentimes someone that is a counsel for others. A divine masculine energy here, along with that 3 of Wands. A feeling of wanting to move forward, but like waiting for the right sign, right? Waiting for like some news or information to come in to decide how to move forward. It feels to me like your person who's resonating with that comic energy, they may have somebody that they know that is quite a counsel for them, or someone that really helps them, guides them, right? That may be giving them a little bit of advice. Listen, I'm going to say someone that is maybe a lot like them, but maybe even older. I feel energy here that like I don't know. I don't want to say, but player energy. Yeah, I do. I do. Temperance, trying to sort of balance it all out. Knight of Cups. Yeah, they want to find a nice way to sort of get back in, right? And get back to you. Temperance and Knight of Cups. Temperance is the card for Sagittarius, and Knight of Cups energy. Wow. So they absolutely want to sort of scoop you up. They want to, woo you, court you. They want that opening. They regret. Temperance energy is there because they know it's going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that to make it happen. This walking away was major. And absolutely, I feel like, it happened at a time where you two had everything solidified. You were really working towards a future, and it was like out of nowhere. It almost feels like this person came out of nowhere, and out of nowhere this sort of this like split happened. I think it's not taken very long though for this all to kind of crumble in a way, right? And for them to regret. And right now, yeah, they're building up a lot of courage, unveiling. Spirit says that there is an unveiling here. So there's going to be not only sort of, I want to say not only sort of like an apology that is obviously needed. If this is, listen, if this is your ex coming in, of course, an apology, but almost an unveiling of why such a thing could happen in the first place. So even a deeper, maybe explanation and unveiling of a deeper level about your comic, this person, right? This person that you're connected to. So in this particular instance, let us pull some spirits of darkness and light. In this particular instance, pile number 2, this is all about the true feelings of someone from your past who absolutely regrets walking away from you and is trying to build up the courage now to sort of, confront all of this, right? And explain themselves, find a way back to you, right? They definitely have someone in their life that is very much like them, that is the type of person they will get advice for, that's trying to help them, whether that advice is good or not. Spirit of alchemy, spirit of the cross, that's the lesson coming in, and spirit of the grim reaper. Spirit of alchemy, yeah, manifesting skill chance for transmutation. So yeah, they are, along with this sort of Mars energy, they are very intentionally trying to sort of manipulate situations and energies right now to find a way to get back to you. Maybe not manipulate, manipulation doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but it's strategy, right? You see chess there. So it's a strategic thing, and they're absolutely trying to do everything they can to manifest another opening with you, right? Spirit of alchemy is also there to remind you that we are all always manifesting our own sort of experience and destiny, right? So that's your part to play in this as well. Spirit of the cross, a burden, a hardship, and a lesson. Yeah, there is a lesson here. And there is a burden for them in terms of what they're having to face up to. Grim Reaper spirit, ending, a death. Yeah. So sometimes even when you have somebody come in from your past, like in a situation like this, even if you move forward together and you heal from it, there still is an ending. There still is a death to whatever you had before that point, because the type of connection you have after something like this happens, after reconciliation, will never be like it was before, right? So this is the thing about situations like this. It's not to say that you shouldn't sort of maybe mend or make, communicate, find out, give room, give space, give options and potential here to maybe reconcile. But it is to say that whenever something like this kind of major thing happens in a connection, you can never go back to the way it was. And so there is always some kind of ending or death or mourning process that's involved. Let's go ahead now and pull out your zodiac signs. Wow, some of you definitely deserve that apology, though. A Leo, a Virgo. What did I say? That was did I see Hermit energy? I thought I saw Hermit energy. Sagittarius. There's your Sagittarius coming in. So Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius. Yep. Those are the three signs that you are might be dealing with. You may have that. You may be a Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius. Have it in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mars in your chart. Your person may, your comic may, whatever the case may be. Right. Remember, we are coming into Leo season shortly, which will be end of July, most of August. So there may be some action happening during that month. But for right now, everyone, thank you so much. This is the end of the message I have for pile number 2. If you enjoyed it, if you got something out of it, some clarity, go ahead and hit the like button. I really appreciate it. That lets me know that you are finding my content enjoyable. You can also leave us a comment in the comment section and let the collective know if you can claim this reading and if this is something you are also going through right now. But for right now, I will thank you for watching this pile number 2 for the pick a card. Their true feelings and intentions revealed. Let's go ahead and get started with pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3. Let's get right into who is your person. The King. Wow, the King has been showing up a lot for the picker cards this week. And how do they truly feel? Silence. Wow. They're sorry for their silence. We're going to get deeper into that card. Sorry for my silence. I needed a break and now I don't know how to get back to you. What are they going to do about it? Well, Mercury and Aries energy, they're very restless, right? There's a restlessness here and uncertainty. And what does Spirit say? There's still potential. There's still potential. All right. Let's get further into your reading, get the rest of your cards out. But King has shown up a lot for the pick of cards. I will be attaching them to this reading in the description. But the King is someone who is oftentimes very obviously very alpha, very domineering, right? This is masculine energy, someone who's in charge, someone who commands authority, commands respect. Now, we generally want somebody with this kind of energy to also be resonating with that benevolence, right? Not the tyrant king, the benevolent king, but it can go either way. So King energy is strong energy, but with that silence, let's go deeper and see what it's all about. Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, wow. Queen of Cups, the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Four of Wands. Wow, this person was absolutely overwhelmed, right? There's a lot of love here. What do we have at the bottom? Justice energy. So karma, rebalancing is coming in. Interesting. So justice is the card for Libra in tarot. Some of you may be dealing with Libra energy. We're going to find that out later on when we pull the zodiac cards. But right away, let me just talk about that king just a little bit more. The king is someone who oftentimes people come to for advice. They command respect and they also are in charge. But people tend to seek out the king for advice even when they don't have to, because there is a energy that the king gives off of wisdom and experience. This is why he is the king. This is domineering masculine energy for sure. Now it doesn't matter, it could be male, female, but the king is definitely that alpha energy, that strong masculine energy. This person who resonates with this kind of archetype can be a little over controlling, right? Over domineering. They come to expect a certain amount of fealty or acquiescence, right? But that can be if the person has not done the shadow work, right, and dealt with some of their inner demons. But King energy is a very strong energy to have as an archetype, and your person is resonating with that. There can be a lot of pride associated with that as well. Now they come in with that Ace of Cups, but also a page. So this is interesting. As I look ahead at the reading, my overall feeling here and vibe of this message is that this person has fallen absolutely in love, right? In love with you. And yet, they're quite new to it. That page, there's a feeling that they're kind of out of their depth in a way. This is the very early stages of this connection or this love, right? And so you're dealing with somebody who, in many areas and of their life, and who generally has this very strong, domineering sort of in charge energy. But when it comes to this love connection, they're really out of their depths, right? So let's go ahead and get some more clarity. I'm going to get my clarifying deck out because when we look ahead to silence, being sorry for their silence, we're going to see, why were they silent, but let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into this love vibe here of this Ace of Cups, Six of Swords energy, and we have a Six of Wands, two sixes. Wow. So six is the number for harmony in tarot. It's an energy of harmony and balance. But more than anything, harmony, victory. Here we have harmony and victory coming in. Uh, this person may indeed have been very overwhelmed. And that's the vibe I get here. Very overwhelmed by their connection with you, right? By this connection. And this is the type of person I feel here who, and this is hard to say, kind of counterintuitive, but this is the type of person who, when they do feel something really, really deeply, and something has a profound effect on them, they tend to withdraw. Instead of running towards it, they tend to withdraw. And so their true feelings, let's take a look at what they have to say, right? Silence. I'm so sorry for my silence. I just needed a break. And now I don't know how to get back to you. I'm afraid that you won't let me in, right? I'm afraid that you won't let me back. It's been a long time since we haven't spoke. They may have really pulled away from you, this person, right? But they want you to know they missed you. And so there is something that occurred here that was so overwhelming. That's what it feels like because the love, so much love here, so much balance here, so much harmony. You may have even been ghosted by this individual. And generally, I would say, let's get another card. I would say, you can't tolerate being ghosted by anyone, right? Page of Swords. Again, yeah, Page of Swords is just finding just a little bit of confidence to open up that line of communication again. This person made a real mistake. They really, that's the feeling I have here now. They may have had something on their plate that they were dealing with. Justice at the bottom of the deck indicates they may indeed have been in the middle of something that they didn't want to deal with, talk about, or let you know about. Justice energy sometimes can involve, divorces, separations, agreements, right? It's a rebalancing of a situation that is perhaps out of balance, but it involves real life, rebalancing, oftentimes in the form of legal settlements, of a settlement, of some kind of mediation that can come in. But in any case, this is definitely at the heart of some of this. Now, your person, now I think they found a lot of peace and harmony with you. That was part of them falling in love with you, falling, or at least having this outpouring of love. But all of this page energy feels very kind of new and naive. This is kind of new for them, very overwhelming for them. So Queen of Cups comes in and star energy to support that silence, that vibe of being sorry for their silence. Queen of Cups, star energy. Queen of Cups is very sensitive, can feel on a very, very deep level. And, there's a lot of hope and desire here with that star. Star is also the card for Aquarius. Some of you may be dealing with an Aquarius. I almost feel like you're the one who's resonating here with that Queen of Cups to this person's King. Again, you may be dealing with somebody here who is really been used to being expected to adopt a certain position or sense of authority. This kind of energy was in a previous pile number 2, which is quite interesting today for today's pick a card. Their true feelings and intentions, right? It almost feels to me like the two of you, when two of you came together, that Queen of Cups, that level of sensitivity that you were able to bring, that you're resonating with, I feel this is your energy for sure. That understanding, that level of sort of empathy and understanding and sensitivity that the Queen of Cups can bring to this king was quite overwhelming for them. And I think that this person also had some other issues on their plate, and they may have indeed pulled away from you, right? They may indeed have pulled away and been silent for quite some time. Let's get some more clarifier. I don't know, how do how has it, listen, if you resonated with this and this is your situation, let us know in the comments. I'm curious, how long has this person not spoken, right? Has it been weeks, months, right? How long, right? Because if it's more than a month, like you wonder, we'll ask what took so long. 7 of Cups is there. You know what? It may also be 7 of Cups can indicate that there may have been some other options on this person's plate that they just don't want you to know about. Like there was an overwhelming feeling here. I think for sure when they met you, there was this possibility for love, but there is a immaturity here to this person. Even though they resonate with all of this, strong, fiery kind of domineering energy, leadership energy, there's also an immaturity about them with all of this page here about the way they are. It could be like they're just generally immature, maybe about relationships specifically. They may still be quite young. 7 of Cups shows up. So this indicates here that they may indeed have had some other options on their plate. And that can also be due to why they pulled back. Nevertheless, it'll be very important to find out. And if they're trying to come back in, what are they going to do about it? It's a Mercury card that we got for your spread, pile number 3, Mercury in Aries. Now, Emperor is the card for Aries and Tarot. This isn't the Emperor. This is the King archetype, but it's kind of all lingering around that kind of energy. They're very restless and unsure, right? This kind of energy is like they want to communicate, right? They want to talk to you about it, but they're really not sure about what they want to say just yet. They may be quite impulsive. Right now, they don't know how you're going to respond. They don't know really they may indeed know how to reach out to you, but they don't know how you're going to respond. For some of you, they may not even be physically able to reach out. That's why I'm so curious that if you're resonating with this reading, how long has it been? Because it's like, did you change your number? Has it been that long, right? So what does Spirit have to say about it? There is potential here. There is potential, but it's going to require, some luck. I'm going to say some luck and some work probably. The potential energy is supported with that Wheel of Fortune and 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is the soulmate 1111 card. Right? It is that card for relationships that, are meant to be, because inherent in the connection is such stability and such a good pairing and compatibility that it is a soulmate, like, oh, okay, we're soulmates. We've been through this before. Wheel of Fortune is there too. So that's that luck and divine timing, right? So again, now, listen, for some of you, indeed, it may not be at all that this person, did, had other people or anything like that. But there was something else there. 7 of Cups, there were other options in their life or other desires in their life, perhaps, for some of you, or certain I would say possibilities, right? Maybe the possibilities for some of them, there were so many possibilities that in either case, they needed that time away, right? They needed a break to figure everything out. Eight of Cups. Wow. And then somebody walked away. Ooh. I want one more. And a Three of Cups. So friends come. Friends, listen, friends have something to do with it too, right? Three of Cups energy indicates that for some of you, there's going to be some friends involved that may be, relaying information. They may be going back and forth, right? There may be some kind of gathering of friends that like serendipitously brings you two together. But Eight of Cups is there. So somebody got left, right? Something somewhere ended. Yeah. I think this person was either tidying something up or tying off loose ends. For some of you, this person was tying off loose ends and they pulled back. That's the break that they needed. Like, they needed a break, but they don't say why, right? So for each and every one of you who resonate with this, take it as it comes to you and realize that your situation is going to be different. And the reasons for the break may be different. You're going to have to, figure out if it's a good enough reason and if they're coming, necessarily coming back. I don't know that they're necessarily coming back in any case. What they do about it is they're still quite restless and unsure. But a lot of that has to do with them being unsure how you are going to accept them. Spirit of alchemy, spirit of stone, yes, spirit of the fog. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. That tracks spirit of alchemy, manifestation, wisdom, transmutation, and skill, right? Spirit of alchemy, take that as it comes to you. I think that is definitely your message for you to remember that you are the one who manifests your future and destiny and in control. Spirit of the stone, frozen, delayed, longing. Yeah. That's that frozen energy, that pulled back energy that they had. They've been delaying and yet at the same time longing for you. Spirit of fog is there. So things have been unclear and confusing and there's shadiness. And that's what I feel here. Like, yeah, they are sorry about their silence. They're not sure how you're going to take it. But if you're resonating with this, you're going to have to find out what was the source of that silence. Like, why did they exactly pull away? What was going on? And when they're ready to sort of, Sagittarius comes out, when they're ready to sort of fess up as to why, that needs to come out too. Pisces is there and Libra is there. What did I say earlier? I said justice was the card for Libra, and there she is. So Libra, Pisces, Sagittarius shows up. This is the end of pile number 3 and your message. I hope it resonated for you. Like I said, if it did, let us know in the comments. I'm curious for how long have they, if you like the reading, if you like my content, please hit the like button. That really helps me out with YouTube. YouTube loves it. I love it. And it lets me know that you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you and the readings that I'm giving you. And this is the end of this week's Pick a Card, Their True Feelings and Intentions Revealed. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I will wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, for your next Pick a Card Love Tarot reading. Bye-bye, everyone.